Hello, I'm Luke Darracott. On this video today, we're going to talk about all the drinks you can get in Madrid. With the help of my friend Joy. Say hello, Joy.
Hi!
We're going to go around Madrid and we're not going to have any still wines, so no reds, no whites, no rosés. But I want to show you 7 different drinks you can get in the bars in Madrid and those bars where you can get them. So, are you ready for this?
Yoo-hoo!
It's going to be very painful.
It's going to be dangerous.
Right.
Let's go.
Right, first stop is Casa Mingo, which is amazing. This is a cider bar, Cideria. It's been here since 1888.
I didn't know it was that old.
Very old, yeah. But we're going to go in and get cider and some chicken. You? Hola, buenas.
Y ahora lo pongo en el plato, ¿vale?
Y luego caldo encima, ¿no?
Caldo.
This is an Asturian cider bar. Now, Asturias is in the north, it's a bit wet and windy, it's not a great wine area, but they do have apples. They make cider. We've gone for the Cider natural, the natural cider. It's like a flat, quite tart, peaty one. You have to escanciarlo, which means...
Pour it from a great height into a glass.
Just enough for a culin, and it fizzes up, aerates it, and keeps it nice and light. Just go and get in there with my face.
How is it?
So we've had our late lunch. Now it's time for the aperitif. Right, so Bodega Ardosa, which has been there since
I have no idea.
1892. And we're going to get the Vermouth, and we're going to get their famous slice of tortilla de patatas as well. So we're going to go inside, and to go inside, you have to go under the bar. Now I did make a whole video about Vermouth, so if you want to know all the ins and outs of it, you can go there on my All About Vermouth video. But in short, it's a fortified, aromatized white wine. They add caramel, it's about 15% alcohol. Caramel makes it brown, sugar makes it sweet, and then they have this mixture of botanicals and aromatics, which are spices and herbs and fruit. You name it, it's probably in there. This is how you start your night, or start your against the aperitif, so cheers. Very good. How's that for you? Is that good?
Really good.
Now we've got Stock Madrid, 1929 bar. There you go. This is not good camper. Nice. Bit of foam on the top. Now in Spain, when you order a beer, you don't get a pint. You get the Caña, and the Caña is the pipe that goes from the barrel up to the tap, basically. And the trick is to pour it to get, obviously it's been sitting here a little bit, to get a nice kind of foamy top, 45 degrees. Top it up, wait a second, and then you dive in with a bit more foam, you get a nice kind of frothy top. But they're small beers.
One of the things that you're supposed to look for when you're drinking a beer in Madrid, as Lucas said, is lines, because...
Have a big old gulp. There's a line.
What you'll start to see is these lines developing around the rim of the glass, and each line represents a sip as you drink the beer through. It shows you how fresh it is, how clean the glass is, and how well poured it is.
Now we're moving off the little things, now we're going to go to a type of wine. We're going to some Cava, a wonderful bar run by a guy called Vicente, called Vides. ¿Qué tal, Vicente? ¿Cómo estás?
Empezando
Buenas.
la semana. This is classic cava, Spanish classic cava with 3 grapes, more or less in equal part. Macabeo, Xarel·lo, Parellà.
Estos son para mí y para ella.
Lo que queda en la botella.
Cava, we kind of talk about it as Spain's after the champagne, which it kind of is. Most of the Cava comes from Catalonia. It's made in the same way as champagne, a traditional method, which is that second fermentation to use all the bubbles. They do it inside the bottle. So it's not as aged as champagne, it's kind of lighter and fresher, but it has a bit of the aging elegance, but it has this kind of light, fruity zippiness that Prosecco has.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I told you it was big. 125 Spanish wines, covering 62 grapes and 72 with a couple of extras regions.
That's amazing.
So if you also want to have wines, Vides is an amazing bar. The tide of people as we walk to our next destination. What are we having next, Joy?
We are going to go have sherry.
They specialise in sherries. Here it is in the corner, Palo Cortado. Couple of people in there.
Ooh, look at the color on that one.
Now, sherry in Spain is not like what your grandmother has every Christmas out of the cabinet. It's not necessarily sweet. So on my right, I have manzanilla, which is the more yellowy coloured one, and on the left, I have fino. Now, sherry is made in a specific way. They are fortified, so you up the alcohol. They're in this barrel, and there's a bit of air at the top, and on this kind of top of this layer in the barrel, this layer of yeast forms. This is called the floor, the flour. And this is what protects these two wines from oxidizing, so they don't go darker, they stay light and crisp. A bit bitter, it's lots of sort of, it's quite yeasty as well. This is the very kind of young, very, very crisp version. Manzanilla, different color, has to, by law, come from Sanlúcar de Barrameda. Smells like the seaside. Amontillado. Now this is the fino. After the first kind of barrel, they start moving them down these layers of barrels. This is the Solera system. The oldest barrels at the bottom, younger, and you keep blending down. After your first movement of the fino, you might want to add a bit more alcohol, and when you do, the yeast dies, and it starts to oxidize. More sort of hazelnuts, nuttiness to it. You're going to get a beautiful kind of tawny amber ochre color. This is my favorite style. This is oloroso. This one is fortified before it goes in the barrels. So the yeast never grows, and it instantly starts oxidizing and taking these kind of oxygenated flavors. Super smooth, kind of, nuttier than nuts kind of flavor. This is the secret sherry, the sherry that every sherry maker wants to get. This is Palo Cortado. You can't redesign it. It's kind of like a fino that's gone a little bit too oloroso. And it's this song in a glass. Now we're going to move on to a specific drink of Madrid.
Can I say what it is?
Go on then.
It is called a chupito de licor de Madroño, which is a shot of Madroño liquor, and it is the alcohol of Madrid.
We're going to go to one of the bars. They have a secret recipe for it, by the way.
I didn't know that.
And the bar is the Madroño bar. Trace is there.
Hey.
Hello. The only way. The Madroño, the tree, is a native tree to this area. There's not many of them left here, but it's related to the cranberry tree, and it's called the strawberry tree in English. There's no strawberries on it. But with a little berry, they make this slightly sweetened liqueur, and these guys serve it as this. So this is how you drink it. Are you ready for this? Gracias. Hasta luego. We're going to have sangria, which is probably Spain's most famous drink, but one of its most misunderstood. Las Cuevas de Sésamo, the Sesame Caves. After you girls, I'll follow you down. Hola, buenas. Muchas gracias. The formation of it is a bit kind of controversial. It's one of these things, you can add this, you can add that. It seems to be red wine, lemonade, or some kind of fizzy, diluting sort of liquid to go with it. Maybe spices, fruit, oranges and lemons, and maybe a fortifying agent and sugar. The problem is, a lot of tourist bars, they won't let the fruit steep in the liquid. It needs to steep for a couple of hours to become sangria. Otherwise, you're getting a kind of a tourist sangria, which is basically just red wine, lemonade, and sugar. You serve it in these small glasses, not big, massive pint glasses.
Okay, so.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers.
Salud. If you want real sangria, make sure it's blood red and alcoholic. Which mine is. So that was it. 7 drinks in Madrid, 7 bars. How are you feeling?
Quite drunk.
Not as drunk as you because I've been had to.
Good. Any final parting words?
Madrid's awesome.
Madrid's awesome,
And so's alcohol.
and so's alcohol. Goodbye.